Alright, so there's a question on the forum about how to create some of the lighting patterns I had on the Octocopter video. So I put together a little test project to show some of that. We're going to do two different patterns. The one that's running right here that goes in a circle around the configuration. And then we're going to do a second one that's more like that video where you start in the center and they go outwards radially in all directions at the same time. So if you look at our wiring real quick just to understand how this is set up, all of our signals come in through this middle hole in the middle here. And then power and ground goes down to the first strip, and then power and ground go around left and right, and it doesn't really matter how they go as long as they get to every strip at some point. And then our signal also comes in through the center and then hits this first LED and then goes downward through the first 4 LEDs and then jumps up to the next strip counterclockwise and then goes outwards from the inside to the outside and then repeats that process going up to the third strip and out to the outside of the third strip and so on. So if you think about the numbers for these LEDs, my finger is huge. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. So for this pattern that we've got running here, we want to drive first the first 4 LEDs, then the second 4, then the third 4, then the fourth 4, and so on. And so the pattern we come up with looks a bit like this. If you look at the pixels, we can see first we've got the first 4 pixels turned on from the top. We go down, we repeat that for 15 pixels, which is half a second. And then we jump over to the second set of pixels in that yellow square. We turn them on for half a second, and then we repeat the pattern all the way down. And so by the time we get to the bottom, we're running the last 4 pixels. And then there's a little bit of off time, and the whole thing starts over. And so that's what we've got running right here. So the next pattern is going to be where we light all 8 strips work identically, but they work from the inside to the outside. And so what we want to do is if we just imagine one strip first, we'd light LED number 0, then 1, then 2, and then 3. And at the same time we'd do 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. So for example 0 and 4, 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7 would all be happening at the same time. So I did this in 2 parts. The first part's where we just do a single strip, so you can see what that pattern looks like. So back over at Photoshop, this is my single strip pattern. And you can see LED 1 comes on first, and then a bit later LED 2 comes on, then a bit later LED 3 comes on, then a bit later LED 4 comes on, then they go off in the same sort of sequence. And so if I click my little button here, there we go. Now turning this into a pattern for the entire configuration is really easy because all we do is just copy and paste this 8 times from left to right, and we get this pattern. And so you can see we've got the exact same thing, except we're driving every set of 4 LEDs together at the same time. And if I go over here and press this one more time, we get that. Alright, hope this makes sense and is kind of helpful. Let me know what you think.